Welcome to the most prestigious night in all of sprint car racing. This is the 60th running of the Knoxville Nationals, presented by Lucas Oil Products. Ken Stout and Rob Klepper here to call the action for you. Randy Ward down on the grounds. This is a big one. Of course, we look forward to it every year. It's great to have the crowd back here after missing 2020, and this place is packed. Randy Ward's had a busy 3 days. It's now championship day. Let's check in with Randy on what we'll see tonight.
Guys, the atmosphere here this evening, it is unique. It's unlike any other in sprint car racing. Yes, there are other big races in this sport, but there's only one Knoxville Nationals. Brad Sweet said when he walks into this place on a Saturday night, championship night, he gets goosebumps just seeing all of the people. And it's a sellout crowd that these drivers are competing in front of tonight. All those folks, they're here to watch, to find out who will be the next champion of the Knoxville Nationals and etch their name in the history books at the Knoxville Raceway.
Well, there's a good look at the 10-time Knoxville National winners. That was Donnie Schatz. Of course, Casey Kane here. The biggest names in all of the sport are with us, Rob.
Five-time 360 Nationals champ. You saw him there. Shane Stewart, Sheldon Hodenshield in the house. And, of course, David Gravel, who's trying to mirror what he did in 2019. He's already won the Capitani, and he got his preliminary night win. We talked to him earlier today.
There was a lot going on, and it was a dream week. I mean, we won the Capitani, won our prelim night, and won Saturday. So it couldn't have gone any better. Knoxville's been a track that's always been good to me and doesn't seem to matter what car I'm in. So just a place that I have a good feel for, and it's not easy. No matter what car you get in here, it's not easy to feel good. You really got to work with your team and try to get a good feel. And it's my first year with this team, so we're just continuing to try to keep growing and learning each other every day, and it's working out.
It was a great 2019, and as he said, well on his way here in 2021 as you see some of the teams there taking care of their tires, getting them prepped up here for the run on championship night. Well, one of those teams is going to be Kyle Larson. He has certainly been on a tear here for the last 2 years. I don't know that anybody has won any more than this guy, and he's ready to go here tonight.
I'd love to be Donnie Schatz someday with a handful of these, but I don't know, it's cool. We've had a good couple seasons now, a season and a half really, and winning a lot of races last year, winning some big ones this year, and yeah, it's been fun. It's just try and treat every race like it's normal and try not to let the nerves get to you, and that way you can do a good job. It honestly feels like two broken up 25-lap features in a little bit of a way. As far forward as we start, I'd like to at least maintain my track position, but hopefully be leading by halfway. I'm sure at a point, we'll be all probably ripping the top, and you got to still keep your eyes open for the moisture coming up on the bottom and then throwing crumbs in the middle, because that's when the bottom can get going fast. So just got to, like I said, pay attention and try and be smart throughout the whole 50 laps.
Yeah, he's won a few big ones this year. Kicked off a big win with the Lucas Oil Chili Bowl down in Tulsa. And, of course, he won the Coke 600. He's got 5 Cup wins, won Dirt Late Model Race recently. I mean, he's won a few big ones. Young money, that is. Here's a look at race information. 4 total nights. We started on Wednesday night, preliminary nights, Thursday, Friday. Of course, everyone coming up through the soup here on Saturday. It'll be 24 cars for 50 laps, 150 big ones going to the winner of the Knoxville Nationals. Highlights from night number 1 presented by Super Clean here at Knoxville. Wednesday night, qualifying night, always exciting here at the sprint car capital of the world.
The tough Zeb Wise would lead everybody to the stripe on Wednesday night, sitting right alongside Justin Henderson, currently second here in 410 points, and it was on.
Yeah, Zeb Wise looking for an all-star championship this year, picked up Rookie of the Year last year. The battle for the lead between the two front row starters would get fun early as Justin Henderson would slide right to the inside in turn number 1 and take it coming off 2.
Justin Henderson and David Gravel, as Gravel was on his tear once again, much like in 2019. The 2021 Capitani winner was hungry to get to the point.
David Gravel got out front, did not look back. It would be his 10th career Knoxville 410 win on Wednesday night.
Gio Scelzi ending up in second place, and Donnie Schatz in third.Quick nod to Logan Schuart from 21st to 7th. Let's go to night number 2. Starting off on the pole here was going to be Sam Haferteep Jr., of course, a multi-time ASCS champ, and right alongside him on the outside pole would be Cy Lynch.
Yeah, great starting spot for the third-generation driver, Cy Lynch, but it got crazy early. Entering turn number 1, contact for Parker Price Miller in the 5X, big tumble entering turn number 1, and that would end his night early. Here's another look at it one more time. The Kokomo, Indiana driver clipping the 49 there at the end, but man, rough ride right there for PPM.
Yeah, jumped that right rear of Stutz, I believe it was, and went for a big ride. Sam Haverteep Jr. and Cy Lynch there once again on this restart here. A number of big movers inside of this race. Ian Madsen from 24th to 8th. Another big moment here between two talented drivers that collected a lot of cars.
Yeah, it all started with Paul McMahon and Carson Macedo getting together. You could see they collected Sawyer Phillips, Sammy Swindell, Dumsney, Kerry Madsen, a pair of Aussies down there as well. Fire there in turn 1. They got that fixed up. We got back to racing, and it was all up front. The battle for the lead, Blackjack Brian Brown and Sam Haverteep Jr. Remember, Haverteep won a preliminary night here at the Knoxville 360 Nationals.
This is a great battle for second place. The 57 car of Kyle Larson, after winning the B, started off 21st, past Brent Marks right there for second place, and that's where he would end up here on night 2.
55th career 410 win at Knoxville for Brian Brown. 2 more, and he ties Steve Kinzer for 4th all-time. There's a look at the podium. And here are the points after the first 2 prelim nights. The top 16 locked into Saturday night's A main event, and that's how they will start. Gio Scelzi, Brad Sweet, Kyle Larson, Brent Marks, Donnie Schatz, David Gravel, Casey Kane locked in as well. Some heavy hitters in the top 16.
By the way, that was my job when I was in high school, was to change those gears. And yes, I stunk like gear oil for about 4 years. All right, Friday night qualifying. They call it Hard Knocks night. And Rico Abreu would find himself inside of this one. It was great to see Jack Haudenschild out here as well, who's retiring at the end of the 2021 season.
A pair of Trophy Cup winners on the front row, the Wild Child and Rico Abreu. The battle for the lead between those two would be hot and heavy early, as Abreu, working that low line, would get in front of Haudenschild.
Abreu, of course, the 2-time Chili Bowl winner there with the Rowdy sponsorship on the side of the wing, picks up the checkered flag. Shane Stewart from 11th to 3rd. Scott Boguski from 13th to 5th inside of this one.
So the top 4 finishers from Hard Knocks night, you can see right there, they'll be the final 4 starting spots locked into tonight's Saturday night A main. And on championship night, it's about the alphabet soup. We started with the E main up through the C main, and we're going to show you highlights from the B main here tonight to fill out the final 4 spots in tonight's A feature.
Over 20 laps, the top 4 here would advance into the back of the A main. Josh Boffman, Carson Macedo, and remember Macedo having that big wreck on his prelim night, getting things gathered back up here, trying to make a run at the back of this A main.
Battle for 3rd right there. You saw these guys going at it. Corey Eliason out of the West Coast, Kerry Madsen out of Australia, trying to race their way to the front. How about Spencer Baston and Kerry Madsen there going at it? Madsen, of course, in that TSR number 14.
Corey Eliason in that 26 out and around the outside. Qualified first at the Capitani Classic, finished second, currently second in All-Star points, but fighting for his life to make the show here.
As the checker flag came out, it was Macedo over Madsen, Eliason, and Sheldon Haudenschild getting the final transfer spot. Those 4 transfers will start 17th through 20th in tonight's A main event.
When we come back, we'll get them all lined up. It's time for the 50-lap main event, the 60th running of the Knoxville Nationals.
The 60th Annual Knoxville Nationals telecast is brought to you by General Tire. Anywhere is possible. OPTIMA Batteries, the ultimate power source. And by Lucas Oil. Keep that engine alive.
Welcome back to the 60th running of the Knoxville Nationals, presented by Lucas Oil Products. We're here at Knoxville Raceway in Knoxville, Iowa, the sprint car capital of the world. Good look at Donnie Schatz, of course, a 10-time Knoxville Nationals winner and 10-time World of Outlaw champ. Brent Marks also inside of this one. Kyle Larson, as the list just goes on and on.
2018 Knoxville Nationals winner right there, the big cat, Brad Sweet. How about the 2021 360 Nationals winner, Gio Scelzi? We caught up with him earlier today.
To be a high point guy on the pole of the Nationals is unreal, to be this young and to do it on my 3rd try. So, you know, the more I think about it, obviously it's all I've been thinking about the last 2 months, really all the time. This is all you think about is the Nationals when you're a sprint car racer. So, you know, if we win, it would be something I'd never forget. But if we run 24th, we've done something special this week. I think Gravel, Donnie, all these guys are just so good. They always find their way to the front. Look at Larson last night. He starts 20th and makes his way to second. So Brownie, all these guys are so good to, run with them and start in front of them makes it a lot easier. When you don't have to pass them, makes your life a whole lot easier. So I think 50 laps is a long time. You get to change tires halfway through, so that's huge. You can really run as hard as you want all 50. So I think it's going to be a stomp and steer game, and this track's been really good, and I think it'll be good for the main.
Yeah, no doubt he really helped himself out by earning all of those points to start off on the pole, and he'll start off alongside that Napa-sponsored machine, the Big Cat, as you talked about before, and Brad Sweet, the 2018 Knoxville Nationals champ, and, of course, 2019-20 World of Outlaws champ, currently leading in the points in World of Outlaws. I mean, that type of credential works its way down through all 24 drivers here in the show. It's incredible, the level of talent here as they go four wide, and their salute to the fans, and they'll roll around in front of the suites there in the back, everybody flashing the lights in front of the museum. It's incredible.
If you've never been to the Knoxville Raceway, you certainly need to come, and watch the Nationals. Half mile, 8-degree banking in the corner, that black Iowa gumbo, you got to like it here. They can put a lot of people here at this racetrack. That's why it's the sprint car capital of the world. Of course, the Brian Clausen Sweet Tower, the National Sprint Car Hall of Fame. I mean, it doesn't get much better than this. It's such a special racetrack, a special event, especially when they go four wide for the fans. And great to be back here in 2021.
Kyle Larson will start off on the inside of row number 2, right alongside Brent Marks, the Myerstown Missile. We'll find out how he does. Another great starting spot for him as well, but there's plenty more drivers to watch, and with more on that, let's get it down to Randy.
Guys, now that it's race time, I guess you're ready for our drivers to watch in tonight's main event. And it is hard to pick a couple of drivers that we want to keep our eyes on. But when Donnie Schatz has been here in victory lane 10 times, it's hard not to consider the 15 a threat to win again. And then Brian Brown, yes, he starts in 9th, but he said he feels that the combination of his track time and then the race car with Danny Lasowski working on it, they could be a car to beat tonight. Can Brian Brown get to victory lane for the first time at the Knoxville Nationals?
And he's been so close so many times, right?
He's finished second 3 times, 12, 13, and 14. He's got Uncle the Dude, and Danny Lasowski, his uncle, turning wrenches, so he's going to be tough on board with Brad Sweet. We'll get some good shots from the Napa at number 49, but a tremendous field of cars. You can see the starting lineup on the ticker up on top. Outside row number 4 in the 8th spot, Logan Schuchart will go on board with him. How about the Aussie Ian Madsen, who will start outside row 5 in the 10th spot?
James McFadden, the 2019 360 Nationals winner, and Danny Dietrich, the 3-time Lincoln Speedway track champ, back in there, starting 16th.
Quite the sight as we get set. 24 cars, lights are out, coming to the green flag. 50 laps here for the 2021 Knoxville Nationals.
Gio Scelzi waiting patiently here to pick up the throttle. Brad Sweet right alongside, fanning to the outside to try and get that car rotated, make a good run into turn number 1. Here we go. Green flag flies for the 60th running of the Knoxville Nationals.